And nice to see you too. It's an high honor to have you and to have me too. And I say Happy New Year to you, sir.
Same to you. In this part of the country, we try to identify key stakeholders of the Nigerian economy. Because if you don't have workers in place, coordinate them properly, nothing will work, nothing will move. So those of you that have really taken it upon yourself to really coordinate so that the economy will move forward, we try to appreciate you and say, well done for what you are doing. That means that whatever you are doing, somebody is watching your shoulders. That is how it is. So, briefly state your background, sir.
Well, my name is COMRADE ADEYANJU Abdulwahid, the President General of Maritime Workers of Nigeria, Deputy President of Nigeria Labour Congress.
Family.
Well, I'm married with 2 children, and my background, I came from a royal lineage in Oyo State. I'm from Oyo, Atiba precisely, in Oyo Township.
Career and education.
I'm a pure trade unionist, trade union activist. It's always my, how do I put it? All my life is on the labor movement. All my life. I grew up in Lagos. And if I should start telling you my background, my history, well, you are not going to live here. But this is the man that is coming from the background of military. My father was a major in the army, and I lost him almost 42 or 43 years ago. Supply and transport here in Mwun Barrack. So I grew up in barracks, and I attended Ujue Public School here in Mushin, St. Timothy's College, later RIMAT Institute of Technology, where I have my HND on business admin. All my life was ports, Nigeria ports, and I'm one of them. So whatever I am today is God. And if you do not have somebody to assist you one way or the other during the time of your time period, you join so many groups. So I've joined so many groups in terms of how to survive the sudden death of my late father. So while my mother was the one that is taking responsibility of both myself and the siblings that the old man left behind. So I find myself in the port as a poor laborer, and at the same time, from being a laborer, that's the first thing you need to do in the port. As a dock worker, they call them dock worker. They can pick you on the road and make you a dock worker. But there wasn't like anything employment regulation then. So from there, I became from labor to tally clerk to labor again. From there, I was given a permanent employment as a supervisor. From the supervisor, I grew to operations manager. So from there, I keep on struggling. And this is where I find myself. Self-made.
Congratulations. And also your faith in God also work for you. Because without God, you cannot make it.
Where am I before God?
Yes.
It's God that made it to be. Yes. Because you must, as a young grown-up boy, you must have the challenges. Even the small boy that doesn't even know God. He doesn't even know whether there's God when you're in a challenges period. Because you are too small, you don't know what is happening. You lost your father who happened to be the breadwinner. And you join so many groups. So I cannot say self-made. It's God that made it to happen. That after struggling, after the challenges, you must rejoice.
Why do I say self-made? We have a lot of people at that stage, or at that category, that today, they are just hanging on the streets without any direction. But you have chosen to even carve a niche for yourself, and getting properly well engaged in something that is meaningful. And you went to the right place. So when I say self-made, that is the direction I'm talking about.
I agree with you. I agree with you, sir. But let me just tell you, small boy of that time may not know whether you are even a self-made. I know what I'm saying. All these big men you are seeing today, do you know what they must have passed through? Even including you that are even engaging me now. When you start telling your own side of the story, what made you to be what you are today? Those guys will say, you must have passed through so many challenges. So challenges will come, but God will deliver you from those challenges.
Sure.
So I've been finding myself in the port I never bargained for it. Because I was supposed to find myself in NDA, Nigeria Defense Academy. I passed the exam, I did everything, but that was the period I lost the old man. So I just felt there's need for me to keep on supporting myself, and my brother, my uncle, who now took me to the port. He said, well, it's a liberal work. If you can do it. You know, when you lost your own man, your own mother, or your family, so many promises will be made by uncle, by brothers, and whatever. On that 3 months, nobody care about you again. So that's where I find myself. So from being a labor, and my first port of call, somebody who doesn't know what water is all about, because where I come from, there's no water in my village. And I was posted to Boy 6 in Anchorage. And that Boy 6 is where all the vessels coming to the port must anchor. You must lighten your vessel then. And I spent 3 months on board the vessel. And I did not go home because it's outside the sea. So that's where I find myself. So today, but I need to thank my God. When I wake up in the morning, I say, Alhamdulillah. That the glory be to Almighty God.
Thank God for the survivor. There's no doubt that the PG has carved a niche for himself. How is the journey so far?
The journey was rough, but we thank God. Like I said, I started as a labor. From labor, I been a labor activist. That I call myself, I find myself. From being an allocation officer in charge of posting the workers. And that was what gave me room and experience that has led me to where I am today. Because I connected with all the workers. You must post the workers to go and work on board the vessels as a labor supervisor, an allocation officer. So from there, I developed an interest in unionism. Thank God, my mentor, my father, my leader is still alive, Chief Ogunleye, who was the first person that I can say yes, he brought me to limelight of unionism. He encouraged us. He's a fearless leader. He's a man who will always fight for the workers. All his life is about workers. So, and I picked from him. I said, yes, if this, my Oga can be what he was then, I can equally do the same. So I keep on aligning myself to the struggle of meeting with people of like mind. And I was privileged to be sent to training school in unionism. That is ITF, International Transport Training. And from there I developed interest in trade union movement. So from there I think I was given an office. I was elected as a unit officer. They call them unit council. I was elected as a member of the executives. From there I started growing up. I know what the port was then was so strategic, very volatile, where fighting, mayhem, destructions is always the order of the day then. But under this Chief Ogunleye, he was very thorough man, very disciplinarian, very proactive. So I gained it for him. So 2001, I think that's where God started showing me the way. So, and I was elected National Treasurer of Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria. From there, 8 years under my mentor again, Irabo. I was seconded down to the dock workers, where I came from properly, to be the president of dock workers for another 8 years. So the struggle. Well, I was elected in 2017 as the President General of Maritime Workers of Nigeria. So all this I'm telling you is not bread and butter. It's not because if I was to tell you what we passed through, what I passed through before you became the President of dock workers, you know what it means. And that is one of the branch, the volatile branch of all the 4 branches of this great union. Because that is where you must discipline yourself. If you don't discipline yourself, they will discipline you. We call them soldier. They are civilian soldiers. Where if you are disconnected from them as a leader, you're on your own. They will discipline you and they will deal with you. But as a leader, you must behave like a general. So all along, I've been the defense minister of this great union. Because I've worked with various leaders. And they tutor me, they mentor me properly, and I think I learned so many things from them.
Who are the branches? What are the branches?
Yes, we have four branches of Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria, where I'm the husband. They are my wives. They are very, very intelligent. We have Nigeria Port Authority. We have Dock Workers branch of Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria. We have in seafarers. And equally the shipping. Part of what you are seeing today, that is an arms of Maritime Workers of Nigeria. This program you cover today, the ceremony you see today, the inauguration you see today, they fall under the shipping branch. So, other shipping branch. So, the role I play is just a supervisory role as the President General, where I have 4 presidents. I have 4 presidents of each of the branches. Has his own president and his executives. The dock workers has his own president and his executives. The seafarer equally have his own president and his executive. So, the one that spoke today, the president of shipping, was the president of shipping, and he has his own executives. And Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria have 12 executives, drawn from all 4 branches. Make it NAC, National Administrative Council, 12 NAC officers, 3 each from 4 branches. So that is what makes it NAC, National Administrative Council.
Now, talk to us about Maritime Authority, Maritime Workers Union.
Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria was a merger per se, because all the 4 branches, they were running it individually. But merger brought all of us together. Nigeria Port Authority, the seafarers, the shipping, and that of dock workers, we all marched together to form and to have what we call Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria, in line with the law of the Nigeria of the country.
Now, would you like to share with us and your stakeholders some of the innovations that you brought to bear as a seasoned businessman that has helped the union to this level of success under your tenure?
Every 4 branches of the union has its own different peculiar, how do I put it, CBA. Like dock workers, we have what we call NGIC. Unlike before, the dock worker doesn't have condition of service. But under my leaders, COMRADE Irabo, who was then the second President General of this union, was able to meet with the stakeholders and were able to have what we call NGIC for all the dock workers in the port. They have their own condition of service, and in the MPA too. MPA is a government employer. Their own is government. It's one way of doing things. If government is increasing salary today, they are already automatic. They're under the Salaries and Wages Commission. That is Nigeria Port Authority. The shipping too, they have their own condition of service. They have their own condition of service. So, and the seafarer too. It was during my, whatever they have, what we call NGIC for seafarers. They too are equally having their condition of service. Because in those days, they were using them as a casual. There was nothing like a pensions for dock workers, for shipping, the seafarers. They use them as soldier hire. They can pick you on the road, become a dock worker. So there's nothing like leave grants, nothing like leave incentives. They are just using them as a slave in their various employment. So, but we came in, we said, no, we have to put an end to it. That these guys, this dock worker, this seafarer, they must be given permanent employment. So, and that's where we find ourselves today. So, if everybody talking of dock workers today, that they are very good, is because the leadership transform themselves and they transcend that transformation back to the people that are making it to happen. That is the same dock workers. So you need to expand the scope of where they elected you as a seasoned union leader. Why do they elected you? Is for you to protect their interests, protect their welfare. That's my responsibility in this place. And that's what I've been doing. All over my life is about labor. All over my life in the port is about welfareism. Taking care of people, supporting them, defend their rights that is being mortgaged by some powerful people. So it's always our job. And I've not disconnected with the workers in the port. And there's no I'm going to disconnect them from them because they made me to be what I am today. If I'm talking of dockers, yes, that is my consistent, and that's where I grew up from. And they are the one that pushed me to where I am today. If you are talking of a seafarer, the same, all of them, because one hand can never lift a load on his head without the other hand supporting him. So that is what I think I was elected to do. Protect the interests of mankind that are not being well taken care of. Not that all the management are bad. Some of them are good. Responsible management will never even wait for union to come and negotiate what we call a condition of service. They will increase the salary as at when due. We have many of them in the port. But we have the one that until you push, until you make trouble, until you declare trade dispute against them before they recognize you as their leaders. So those are good things that I think you as a leader must be able to accomplish on behalf of the people that put you there.
I think you have already answered my sixth question, which maybe you just want to add something. So I wanted to ask you, sir, what are the areas of your landmark and the footprint in the union?
I don't want to let the workers judge me on that. Let the stakeholders judge me on that. Those are my footprints that you are seeing. So if I should tell you, I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, it's like I'm praising myself. So, and there's no I'm going to praise myself. Let people praise me. If you don't have challenges of people telling you, yeah, the man is not a good person, and you are telling him you're a good person, let other people judge you to be a good person. So, me, as sitting down here, my landmark will speak for me when I leave.
What are your projections in terms of targets and goals for the union?
It's progressions. We call it progression. Moving forward. Our motto is forward ever, backward never. We always move ahead. We move while others follow. Over the years, the name tagging Maritime Workers of Nigeria is, don't near them. But today, transformations have transformed us. Technologies have brought in scientific unionism into Maritime Workers of Nigeria. Training to trainers. Moving ahead. So, I was just elected Vice President ITF globally. Executive Board Member ITF globally. Chairman Africa. So it's still in one position that I was just given about a month ago in Cote d'Ivoire. It's to tell you we are moving forward because there are still good things we are doing.
And you are sound.
And that we just have to do it.
From this conversation.
We just have to do it because it's our responsibility. When your teacher tutor you very well, you need to tutor yourself. They cannot put everything in your brain. You need to open your brain and learn from your leaders. So what I'm doing today is because I put my head down and I submit myself before my leaders. Not only my leaders, including the workers that are under me.
Your primary constituency.
My primary constituency is the workers. A general without troop is not a general. So when my own general will have troop and have responsible followers who believe in what we are doing. Because we need to salvage the bad image and to make it to salvage to be good image of the union. So Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria today is one of the best unions you can think in Nigeria today. And we can compare with other unions in the whole world. If I was elected Vice President ITF globally, you know what it means. An ITF is almost 300 to 400 million athletes all over the world. And I will speak among the best in Africa to represent my union, Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria. Not only the union, in Nigeria as a whole. And recently ITF, they were in Nigeria, giving a grant worth almost $1 million to have a recreation center for seafarers in Nigeria, first of its kind, is because we are trusted and tested. Tested and trusted. It's always my philosophy.
Now, it is true that you have made some remarkable statements in the following areas: transparency, integrity, cordial relationship among your members. How are you able to achieve all these things?
It's by way of understanding ourselves. If all those 3 items you mentioned, you two are not practicing it before the people you are leading, it will not work. Let them know your time of happiness. Let them know the time of your actions as a leader. If they don't know that and you are hiding your philosophy against them, you can't get all those 3 items. Transparency. You should be open. Tell me the truth. And I will tell you the truth. This will be open of integrity. Integrity is from mind. It's from mind. How do you, if I ask you to go and do something for me, and I know that thing, you didn't tell me the truth. Where is integrity taking place? So we must all sit down together and work together so that we can bring those 3 items: integrity, transparency, and which one is it? Cordial relationship. Cordial relationship is by way of align yourself with the people you are leading. If you don't have good cordial relationship with your membership, you are not a good leader. You must connect with them every minute, every hour, because they are the one that is making it to happen. I cannot do all this job without the support of my members, my people that are working with me here. Can I write? Yes, I write. Can I speak? I speak. But part of my writing, I need to send it to the secretariat, lawyers, go and do this, go and do that. So we must cordially work together so that we can achieve this transparency that we are talking today.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Well, you have skipped this question, which I'm repeating. For record purpose, what are your union achievements so far during your tenure, your ongoing tenure?
So many things that we achieved. Is it collective bargaining agreements between the employers and employee in various branches, the 4 branches, and it's ongoing every year. And the best thing I've achieved so far was to have good membership, executives. We disagree and agree in principle. So it's the best achievement. The best achievement you can make is to work hand in hand with responsible people. And as I'm sitting down here talking to you, I have responsible people that I've engaged them practically, in principle. And if I engage me too, practically in principle. So it's part of the achievement. Having constant CBA for all the workers in all the 4 branches of the union, every year, every 2 years, it is a great achievement. If the workers are getting their benefit as at when due, they will perform better. You talk of throughput, you talk of transparency. It is when you pay your workers very well, you think of transparency. If you send him to go and do 1 or 2 things and he say, look, that Oga, this is not, this is because maybe it's not well paid. Or he has to go and buy you something, you cut it halfway. Where is the transparency? You as a leader, are you transparent as well? So I've achieved a lot for all the union under my supervision. Is it in MPA? Is it in shipping? In MPA, the salary of the workers for 18 good years was not paid. And the day I had it, I was a little bit disturbed. I was depressed. That how that mean? Workers in MPA will not be what? Under 1 month, I think they reviewed the salary. They reviewed the salary because I make noise. And the management of Nigeria Port Authority, they supported us. Because it's the right of the workers. There's no how you're going to hide it away from me. Even if I'm not from MP as a staff, I'm representing all the workers in MPA. If I'm not managing director in shipping, I'm representing all the workers in shipping. If I'm not the managing director in dock workers, I'm representing all of them, including the seafarers. So I'm like a supervisor, general overseer of all the branches. And if one branch is about to fall down, I need to wake that branch up. That's what you saw today in shipping. Because those people coming in, they are from one union before they come back to us. If we are not good, if you are not submissive, you are not connected with the workers, they will not come and join Maritime workers from Nigeria. So those are the things we have done.
Now, are there challenges facing your union and its members, and what are the way forward?
Yeah, there are a lot of challenges. The challenges I'm having now is that of the seafarers, where aged seafarers have contributed to seafaring in this country. The case was won in the court against the government. Their pensions have not been paid. And just of recent, the Minister of Blue Economy set up a committee to look at all those areas. And anytime from now, we are going to start physical verifications of all the seafarers that are yet to be paid their pensions. So those are the challenges that I think we have. The other one is use of tally clerks on board gangway men, where the tally clerks and on board gangway men form integral part of dock workers. And there is no how you're going to say yes, you don't need them in the port, or you don't want them on board the vessel. They are part and parcel of dockers. So those are challenges that we believe the government are looking into it now. They are looking at it at a very good angle of, okay, let's see how we can review it with the union and with the workers. I think those are the things that I can call challenges, because we have not accomplished the goal target. Because we are trying to convince the government that no, you can't ask them to leave the port. Yes, you have engaged them, you have disengaged some of them, but the law that established the dockers industry has not been repealed. And before you say, okay, you don't want them in the port again, you must pass through the National Assembly. So, and all over the world, there's tally clerks and there's on-board women, because it's an international related port activities, where on board the vessel you must have a gangwayman, tally clerks who take care of the physical tallying of all the cargoes that are coming from abroad to various ports. So there's no, I say you don't want them. Even if you have a cargo surveyor, they are just a calibrate. We call them calibrated tally clerks of those days, where they only take the measurement of the cargo, the draft of the vessel or whatever. But we are talking about the cargo itself, where the government is losing a lot of revenue on the declaration of tonnage. If a vessel is coming with 30,000 metric tons, who take records? Is it not by physical tally? You'll be able to know, yes, here, these vessels that have declared 30,000 metric tons, these are the cargo. But because of conniver, because of the declaration of tonnage, some vessels will come with 40,000 and they will declare 30,000. Where is the balance of that 10,000? Because we have caught so many of the shipping line into all those fraudulent malpractices, and you don't have tally class to take physical tally. So, and what I did was to set up tally class in all the ports. So any vessel that is coming out, you must alias your manifest. You must declare what you have. If you declare 30,000 and we have tallying 30,000, we stop the job. What happened to the remaining cargo? So that is what we are telling the government, that they should look inward and make sure that they resuscitated them back and transform them to proper. Because you can't ask them to leave the port just anyhow. So those are the challenges I think we have. But the new minister, I think the matter is before him, and I'm sure is part of creating more employment for Nigeria workers. We have graduates roaming about the streets, and you say you don't want some people to work, and whereas there's job for them to do. So that's the challenge that we have for now.
Comrade, I am enthusiastically delighted. I've done so well. Now, my last question: you believe in role model?
Yeah.
And who is your role model?
Chief Ogunleye is my role model. Okay. My leader.
Okay. And he's alive.
He's alive.
And you believe in mentorship?
He's my mentor.
He's also your mentor.
He's also my mentor.
Are there people that you are mentoring?
Many. Who believe in what I'm doing. Because they mentor me to be what I am today. I learn from leaders. I submit myself before my leaders. Not only leaders, even to my subordinates. I submit myself to them. I believe in mentorship. And I believe in role model. And there's no how I'm not going to mention the name of Chief Ogunleye all the time. Because I grew up from his mentorship. He tutored me. I wasn't the only person. The first president of Dock Worker was Chief Ogunleye. And he ruled us, the first president was Chief Ogunleye. And he ruled us for 14 years. And I was an officer under him. For somebody to have penciled my name there among thousands of workers for training in ITF, you know what it means? So it's time to be my role model. Because it's a leader that I will never forget in life. Yes, I have some leaders that I've grown up from them. They are equally my role model. Is it Irabo? Chief Olukole's Irabo. He was the one that brought sanity to the port. The abolition of Akube in the port started from him. Excuse me. Started from Chief Ogunleye. I mean Chief Olukole's Irabo. It's a leader that we cannot forget. He brought in stability, peace that everybody enjoy in the port today. It was Irabo that did it. And I was the treasurer under him. And he was a leader. And I learned so many things from him. So is it Tony Inter Emmanuel? He's a friend, he's a brother. He's a leader too. So I submit myself before anybody. So if somebody supports me, I need to support somebody. They supported me. They supported my ambitions. And I passed through so many hell before I became President General of the Union. And that one I gave this kudos to Chief Anthony Emmanuel Inted, my predecessor that I took over from. He spent his hard-earned energy to make sure that, yes, he's seen value in me, that this man can be a very good successor. And I've never disappointed him. Talk less of my subordinates. So I'm a very gentle man to the core. I may be very hard on the face, but I'm very gentle in the mind. So those are the principles, because you cannot satisfy people. It's not possible. If I'm coming in the morning in the office, if you greet me, I say good morning. So some people look at my face. This morning is not as good as they expected. But in the afternoon, my face will change. So that is the life of everybody. So
Today's inauguration, what does it mean to you?
it's part of achievement for Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria. For us having another newly born baby into our fold, we increase our membership. And we are still expecting more. And our door is open for more to come. So that we can have children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. That is what we are seeing today. Because already now, I have 4 children. 4 wives. So, and one have just delivered another new baby. Am I not having a grandchildren? That is what we are celebrating today. It's a new dawn in Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria. And we need to continue to celebrate ourselves. Because for them coming and say, yes, they want to migrate. No, they migrated from one union to another union. And where they are coming from might be different from where they find themselves. We need to learn from them. We must learn from them. What are the areas of their challenges? They should tell us. Because we don't tolerate rubbish. And we don't believe in legalism. We believe in give and take. And our style is not rigidity. We don't believe in rigid. It's give and take. We watch from the angle of the workers, we watch the angle of the management, and weigh all the options. How does it favor both sides? Because if the management are not there, you do not talk of a collective bargaining agreement. You don't talk of employment. You don't talk of workers. So it is when the management are there, you can talk of, yes, let me sit down with you and discuss about CBA. That is well for the workers. So today is another good day in the history of Maritime Workers of Nigeria.
Thank you, sir. It's a pleasure.
The pleasure is mine.